Έχουμε τη χαρά να φιλοξενήσουμε από τη Βαρκελόνη, από την Ισπανία, το Platt Institute, το οποίο είναι ένα Ινστιτούτο τεχνολογίας μεταξύ φαγητού και επιστήμης, οι οποίοι κάνουν πάρα πολλές ανακαλύψεις, τις οποίες τις δίνουν συνήθως σε τριάστερα εστιατόρια και νομίζω αξίζουν τα συγχαρητήρια ο Ιγνάθιο και η Καρολίνα. Θα να μας δείξουν τι έχουν ανακαλύψει το τελευταίο διάστημα. Το Platt Institute, θέλω να πω ότι το είχαμε φιλοξενήσει και πριν 2 χρόνια στο stage αυτό και μέσα σε αυτά τα 2 χρόνια θα μας δείξουν τι καινούριο έχουν ανακαλύψει. We are very glad, I'm telling you, we are very glad to have you in Greece again and in the stage of Gastronomy Lab. It's a very big honor. Thank you very much for coming. And we are all ears to see and eyes to see what are the new concepts.
New inventions.
Yeah, the new inventions.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us.
We are really happy that you invited us, Harry, and to be back here in Gastronomy Lab. We apologize. We would love to speak Greek, but we don't know Greek, so we're going to speak in English. And well, as Harry said, we're Carolina and Ignacio, and we're part of Platt Institute.
Hi, hello. So, we will start
With a little video.
with a little video, and then you can understand what we do. We are a food design lab, and what means today a food design lab?
Gastronomy. Through research, innovation, and design. We create, educate, and shape the future of food. Connecting the brightest minds from world-class institutions, bringing research to life and transforming education into real-world solutions. Through world-class services, we curate innovation, embed knowledge into summits, and drive consulting strategies that create positive change. We design products that enhance human experience, redefining how we interact with food, drinks, and hospitality, while making the world a better place. From education to products, from research to real-world impact. We are Platt Institute. Innovate, create, transform.
So as you could see, we are a research and innovation lab, and part of our work is to develop tools that will help chefs and bartenders or pastry chefs to make their work easier and better. We have like 2 distinctive business units within our work, and one of them, it is what we call the Institute, in which we give classes, we explain to students from the universities we are connected to what we do, and we help them think like we do to develop their own projects. And the other important part of what we do is the research lab. We focus a lot on research. To create the products that we do, we research interesting topics and weird topics even. You might think like, can we put the research topics for a moment?
So we were like slow, okay? And then, so that's the methodology also important to say.
If you want to mention
And you want to go to the research, okay?
I want to talk about the research,
Okay.
yes. So the things that we do, we have research lines in which we inspire, and through them, we create products. And these products can be used for gastronomy. But now if you want to go back a little bit.
No, I just want to share like our methodology, why we are doing that exactly, no? So as Carolina was saying, we are a research and innovation lab. We try to explore new methodologies, how we really can give a value to the industry. So we are based in Barcelona, and we apply science, art, design, technology into the world of gastronomy. Let's say that when we research about the kitchen of the future, we have a big question like, what is the kitchen of the future? What kind of profiles do we need in the kitchen of the future? And so we believe like in somehow we need to discover next steps. So we as a kind of a research institute, we try to evolve by analyzing territories that we will explain today, as Carolina was saying. And our mission is to connect at the end, and it's to see far away from the normality, applying disruptive innovation. It's not just how the world of today could be in more innovative, it's also how we can see more far away with a vision of 10, 25, 50 years to understand that decisions that we take today, it will create the world that we will live soon there, right? So we have the values as an institution, and also I want to mention that because we always work with different restaurants, hotels, with the industry, with creative agencies, technological centers.
Academic institutions.
And what we do is this protocol. So then we research concepts with a chef, with visionary, social integration, creative agencies, universities, and then we develop projects like typical students that develop projects. What we do with our students, we try that the investment they put in the class, it's a kind of the value they have at the end of the studies with the value of the proposal that it's a startup. We don't do projects. We come from the project to the real startup with organic sales. That's our focus. So we work with different universities around the world trying to help the students to achieve that goals. And we work because we think that even we are based on the concept of finance, we think like the economy should be regenerative. So the type of companies and projects we research are related to protect biodiversity, to create more creativity, enhance the capabilities we have to be conscious. And those territories are based on different topics, let's say, no? The first one, non-gravital food, is more related to space food. That's what we present 2 years ago here.
2 years ago here.
And then we have a concept called edible sound. Could we eat a sound? Or does the sound affect the perception of the eating? If it's more crispy, less crispy? Even when we apply research on this, we discover different things by analyzing even if we could eat a scream. So
Or a laughter.
Or sorry?
Or a laughter, no? We try to find ways to connect the unimaginable to food and to the experience around food.
Everything connects us with this idea of the kitchen of the future, a space that really transforms, an alchemy area for transformation. And also this allows us to go into another territory that's the one that we want to share with you today, that it's inhaling food, inhaling health. And then we work on circular design as we were presenting last year. And so we think like the kitchen itself in the future has no waste, has different digestive system integrated into the kitchen that you can create even new materials from the same process, right?
So to summarize, basically our work is to take innovation and creativity and turn it into a business opportunity. So we try to use this to make life easier and more sustainable in the world of food, but our work is to bring opportunities of economy through this,
Exactly.
not only just entertainment.
And we will go a little bit by step by the topics that we are touching. As you were looking yesterday, space food is super interesting. And for us, when we see space food and non-gravital food, we see how we eat today in the aerospatial stations.
Stations.
And you see that there doesn't exist waste. So how we can adapt this concept of space into the earth today, no? We always say that we are a kind of traveling from Homo sapiens to Homo sapiens. So this Homo sapiens that will be us soon, what we eat.
Or how do we behave, you know? We already do it in the International Space Stations. Astronauts cannot have waste because they don't have enough space. So they need to recycle everything. They need to be very conscious about what they eat. And for us, it was really interesting to bring that experience from up there down here to Earth to apply the positive learnings from there here. And from this research, we have like many topics and products that have come out, but the most important one for us is called Bomb Edible Cloud. That is what we presented here 2 years ago.
And I think also it's interesting because how it serves this concept for the industry. So when we think about non-gravital food, we start to research like acoustic levitation. Can we develop like levitation through sound? And yes. Can we do like
Through
magnet
magnets.
levitations to create like tableware that can fly? Yes. And then can we go into maybe other territories like the flying bonbon, the flying snack, something that you open a bag of snacks and the snack starts
comes up.
flying, and maybe you need to catch it with a kind of another tool that we need to design. So those territories that start abstract at the end became real conclusions that are uploaded into the industry. This, for example, allows us to go into the edible sound. We do some experiments with doctors about how to extract the stress from the people, the agony, through screams. So we can transform, before the ritual, you scream in a machine, and we take the scream and transform it into a dessert. So we try to play with this idea of transformation of the emotions and feelings, and we do it more or less complex. If we do super complex, we analyze in genetics the human, and then through the scream and through different analysis, through the voice and different things, then we try to apply like balance between these situations, like a lot of stress, how you can transform it into something that really is affecting you in a good way, right? Future Kitchen, as we mentioned, that's the topic. We are, since 3 years ago until 2028, researching, and in 2028 we will publish all the research by scientific papers and MVPs that be transformed into tools, modular systems that we'll see soon in the industry. Material flow, circular design, you know the situation, no? Nothing is waste. Waste is a lack of creativity, and we think like the kitchen itself should be the one that should transform by dehydratation, shredding, molding, injecting, extruding, whatever. At the end, the waste, it will be transformed into materials that we can use to prototype in the same kitchen. The kitchen as a lab, right? And then we will talk about these ancient things about inhaling medicines. Let's say that some of our clients, they work in industries like tobacco, for example, and they hire us to understand how to change the industry of tobacco into inhaling medicines, for example. So we will really deep on that, and we will focus the pitch of today, these some minutes related to express to you how we ended here. So we will present today mist. What is mist? Mist is the idea. Let's take a little bit of poetry here. When we were working with the best chefs in the world, the people that really we admire, for us are like superheroes. So we really cry when we are with them because they are like super inspiring for us. And when we were last years asking them, what is the most difficult thing you do? They always say that, make flying food, make something to fly.
Make
We were like,
something fly. Yeah.
we were like absorbed by this idea, right? And then we thought, do you imagine like a human perceiving in an augmented way that he has like powers like gods? This is, sorry, with your permission. Can we humans feel like gods, or we are not allowed because we are humans? Now we are in Athens. It's a good thing to
I think the best way to say this is that we are always interested in playing with food as well. You know, we have these rituals around food, and we might as well have fun with the food, no? And how would I feel if I were a god, no? And I would have control of the skies, or a thunder, or even mist, no?
And then with this idea, do you know the story of Gulliver, this big human that was like wrapped by the small ones? So to perceive to this augmented gastronomy, when we say Platt Institute of Augmented Gastronomy, why? We are the sons of techno-emotional cuisine. So we grow up with techno-emotional cuisine, and for us, the narratives and now the capability to express more things by adding layers of information. We can say, by creating a metaphor, we can just put some words, creating a kind of poetry, but we can put a photo or a little video just trying to explain the same, right?
Just using all our senses to make the experience better and transmit some sentiments and emotions through the food, not only by the act of eating, but also the act before the moment of eating, no? How we perceive that first encounter.
And that when we were in the lab, we were thinking about, do you imagine really to feel like that you can take a cloud in the sky and you can eat it? And that was wow, so emotional. Then we became this idea of bomb. Then we were with the idea of it's really beautiful to infuse poetry on the ritual. So the clouds are there, are like intangible but beautiful. And it reminds us into the cotton candy industry. So we did like this cotton candy research, flying cotton candy. Then we were with the idea of, is it possible to eat the mist? Because even mist is really difficult to take it, no? What is mist exactly? And when we wake up, so now we have the lab in the middle of the forest. It's like a farm. And when we wake up in the morning, we see this mist in the mountains. It's really beautiful. And we do the same. We take, even if it's really far away, we do that, trying to understand if we can take it. No? That simple thing make us travels to our childhood. And when we do products, we want that the chefs and the consumers, they travel to their childhood, to this perception or being something new, or that all the skin is like, you know?
Goosebumps.
How we do that? So through the idea of the mist, we were researching a lot of techniques, let's say, and we were thinking about also, for us, this is a research called, it was coming from this word, smoking health. Now it's inhaling health or inhaling food. We started to research about inhalation through the history, from the ancient times, and then how they cure asthma, how they cure dysphagia, how they cure. And we were extracting this information. So, since all these times, there's a lot of information, super interesting, to rescue for the idea of the kitchen of the future and for the edible mist, right? So we spent like 2.5 years on these 2 pages. And then we extract the idea of, okay, do we want to smoke? So smoke, it's combustion, or we want to go far away from the combustion? I think that even the kitchen, we cook with fire since long time. Now we can cook with electricity, we can cook with laser, we can cook with our own heat.
Movement, yeah.
So we take our heat and we put it in a special machine and we cook meat with the heat. So we explore new ideas about sovereignty and about how to control the energy and the cost of the ritual even, right?
Yeah.
So from breathing, smoking, nebulizers, and aerosols, we went to the technologies of extraction, right? Then we have conduction, convection, ultrasounds, fire. And that allows us to understand even the kitchen of the future and that technology too, right? So here we have the concept. It's herbs inhalation for health and wellness. And we were trying to, well, we saw that the industry with smoke machines since, 20 years ago,
Yes.
until 2-3 years ago that came this gun flavor blaster that all of us we know. It's amazing. And then bomb, and then, so it's like something is coming there. In terms of techniques, we were looking for a technique, not a technology. And we found a technique that also has a technology integrated. And for us, it's really important to infuse poetry. We are not chefs, as Carolina was saying.
You're
but
creatives.
we are creatives that we also want to work in the kitchen.
Yes.
So how we can infuse you some ideas, how we can nourish chefs through the imagination.
Yeah.
By poetry. We use poetry to break the limits and the walls. And we say, no, since ancient times, we were breathing and we were connecting to the vapor, hazers, like something there, water, no, the clouds.
Diffusion.
And we were trying to bring all of this into the gastronomical territory, right? So the concept that allows us to go there was the idea of touching the perfume, having the perfume like edible also. It's like,
Turn it into visible.
as you see, we have like different like concepts that are umbrellas, and we connect these concepts to find like new paths, right?
Yeah.
And this idea of perfume cooking allows us to see one of our admired heroes, that is like Joan Roca, for example. It's a chef that is near our region. And when he was young, really doing something amazing about this. His brother, Jordi Roca, he just presented something about edible perfumes. We think like edible perfume is super interesting. The perception of the perfume, even to use perfumes for the last touches of the kitchen, for the serves. And so we were like trying to discover how to go there, right? So in the first moments, what we did is trying to discover about colloids, about the particles, the molecules that are in the mist or in the clouds, how to make it, how to condense it, because in the machines that we know in the market, when you put the smoke at the end goes, right?
It disperses really quickly.
Yes. So one of our ideas was
Trying to make a way to condense this smoke so it can remain in a place for enough time so that the consumer can enjoy it and even take it, no? And breathe in the whatever aroma is going to be infused instead of just opening it and just floating away.
And this idea also of touching the mist, but also to get in a concentration of the mist that stays in the air, but gives us the capability to take even the spoon, to take a spoon of mist.
Yeah.
With this mist, we did sauces, so we can do mist of olive oil, mist of soya, mist of calamari, mist of the earth, mist of the early morning rain, mist, because we take the particles and then we use the particles to create the flavors,
The
right?
flavors, yeah.
So here we present the first tool, right?
I
so
think it's nice if we show them how it works.
Yes, I
instead
will,
of
I will.
only showing pictures.
I will. Look, the thing is like, we were under the idea of, this was the first prototype, right? So we have like the base, and then we have like the glass, right? And we have a special tool in Catalonia called porrón. It's for the wine.
For the wine.
For the wine, when
Or
you put the
olive
wine and you
oil.
can drink like this, you know, this tool. So we were inspired by this tool. So we have here the machine. We have where we put the liquids inside, okay? You have the base, so you press on, click. And then you see that? That was the first tool we did. And so here we have this capability to
Of serving it. It can remain for 5 to 7 minutes if there is not external wind near the dish.
You see the density? So the effort during the last 2 years and a half, 3, was on the density to create a system that doesn't dissipate, okay?
It remains, and then we're gonna let you try it so you can perceive the smell and
will
the
put
flavor
some.
it has.
So after doing that, we were with the idea and putting that and testing that. We saw that the technology is really nice to have like a device for table, and everyone can play with it. Even you can put the mist and try to even have
To play
fun.
with it on the table, yeah.
But if we want if we want more, and we saw that our clients need like more level of mist, so we did that device, right?
The other version.
The idea of, ¿cómo se dice grifo?
Tap. It
Like a
works,
fountain?
It works like a tap for the water, like a draft of a beer. So it gives even more mist, and it's easier to serve, and it's faster than the other version. This one is more like a beautiful experience of serving, and this one is like, yes, like a drafting a beer, you know, like,
Yes.
yeah.
So here we have Giacomo, one of our ambassadors, putting the technology this week on internet. So we upload the content, and we receive a lot of interest in the industry about the technology. And as you can see, because there is a bar, so you have like the beer tank, and then, so to put another level of kind of
Serving,
liquid mist, it looks like has sense. but also it's super beautiful at the end because when you see like something magical, we were talking, right?
Now let's show them.
We are inspired by ancestral cultures, so we are inspired by everything that was in the past, but we are super inspired in the future, by the future. And we live in the present. So the present for us is like a dish, it's like a dish of time and consciousness. And we are fortunate to be here in the present all together. So let's say that when we discover things in the past that we can mix with amazing materials or even technologies in the future, that creativity happens. So when you do something that unexpected, you join it and then creativity happens, no? Let's say that when we were looking for all this wisdom, we saw like many territories, many possibilities. So from the edible mist, we have first product, second product, and we have like bunch others that today is not the day to tell, but allows us to discover this territory. And when we work with chefs, we think that it's really important to nourish your imagination, to give you like new ways to create the rituals and the experiences you want to create, right? So here, when we were mixing the product with the food, as you can see, it's this moment of discovery. It looks like you can make this with another technology, like dry ice or another thing, but it's not the same at all. The interesting thing here is like it stays, and also you can infuse any flavor on this. So it's not dangerous even. It's breathable.
It's not working with heat.
So we were trying to discover even how the product will look. This is like the first side, but then we have some interchange with the upper part, let's say that, okay?
Accessories.
And then we have this, so it's like a little bottom, easy. You refill inside everything here, okay? And you press the bottom 2 times, click, click, and then you have this.
I don't know if you can see it, yeah. Yo lo serviría. So you can even play with the dish itself and the tableware that you're using to make a unique experience and storytelling for your clients.
You cannot see it from there, but the mist stays really well on the dish. So this idea of having the capability to eat the flavor of the mist in the morning, then taking the particles, going to the lab, creating the liquids, and then doing the carving of the tableware to really make you feel
having a 360 experience, you know, like involving all the senses, the look and feel, what it's doing, what it's telling me, and of course the flavor.
And you can see here, look, I will do it like this.
Yes, do it directly.
Look.
You could even take it with a spoon.
Have you seen? You can take it with a spoon, and also allows you to create these textures on top of the dish. So now where we are, right? So we did from the research, what we do is we keep a line about around 4 or 5 years always, because if not, it's impossible to close with the size we have. We're a small company. We're still a small company.
There's a lot of research that is done through time, and a lot of testing before bringing something to the table, because we have to be conscious that if it's going to be in contact with food, it needs to have sanitary registry certifications. It needs to have certain considerations for use in a bar or a restaurant, like a continuous use, for it not to stop working in the middle of a service. So it takes time to tweak the products that we're making until they are ready for the public.
So now we are like trying to understand the kind of things that we have inside here. It looks like a pie, but inside we have like many inventions here. Because when you do vapors and when you do smokes, like it dissipates. So trying to control this, it was like the technology we patent to do the product, right? So now we are like focusing on this device after the learning of this device, launching both. This is more like home device, this is more like for the bar restaurant, and doing different machines that are more big with different tubes, trying to achieve different volumes, even like you have like 100, 500 dishes to serve because you are a catering or 1,000. So the machines that we are doing allows us to go into this level in a short time, right? So now we are focused on the launch of 21 flavors, specific flavors, and then these two machines that will be in the market, we hope soon. We are talking about art. We are talking about these ideas of how, at the end, we can help you to create a prototype, how from the idea to the reality, the real steps we do until we have something that can be commercialized, SAFE approved, FDA approved, and all the things that we need to have for having a product in the market, right? And as you see, the density we are taking, it looks like super different from the other technologies. So we're really happy to achieve that. And when we serve it, that we will try to give you a little bit today, we will test. So here we have a special edition of the liquid, of the flavor, that is for Selledec and Roca, and they will present today here, panos, and you will test it. And it's based, this flavor, on the leaves.
Honey truffle.
No, this is on the leaves. It's burned leaves from autumn. So,
from plantain trees, plataneros.
It's like a special tree that we have in Girona. And in October, November, it rain a lot. So we take these leaves, and they burn it. So all the city smells like this. So the chef, Joan Roca, asked us if we are able to take these memories and to infuse it in the dish, right? So we went there, we extract the molecules of this process, and then we did this flavor specific. And then for today, we prepare a special flavor about truffle and honey that we want to offer to you. So
here it is.
When we want to change the flavor, we need to change the capsule, right? In the market, we will have like capsules with flavor.
With the flavor inside. Yeah.
And flavors really well developed with chefs for to don't give you more noise, to give you specific tools. Because what we learn in BOM, we receive a lot of people. We sold more than 3,000 units. And then people always ask us how to do the formulation. It's like when you start espherification, it's a little bit complex. So you have your journey to learn, right? Now we are preparing everything like just done.
For it to make it easier to use.
Yes. Even we will have like some liquids to make the chef discover new possibilities. We will give the chef like 21 levels of these formulas, right? So we are not here to kind of pitch something. Our way to do it is more together, right? Even we really don't like to be in the stage, sorry. It's like we really like to be with you talking. We think that all of us are experts. And so we are here even to answer any question you have for the presentation of today. If you allow me, we can test some. Yes, if you want, I can put some, and if you want to test the mist, so we will do it. Please.
Thank you, Jacob.
Sorry, I don't hear you.
It's a different technology from Flavor Blaster.
It's absolutely different.
Yes.
We are in the same area of working for creating techniques and technologies, but it's different.
Yeah.
And when
the aromas,
yes,
it's not going to be like that, putting the aroma in the capsule.
We'll have both. So something to give to you to create your own aromas, but we are preparing through the knowledge of these 2 years that we are really on the lab, something amazing that happens in some formulas. So we take these ones to put it in the launch.
Yes.
So the lunch will be with these specs and these formulas. It's like 3 different boxes of 7, more citrics, more gastronomy evoluted and others. And
We
then
will have both options. The
And-
pre-prepared flavors, specially tailored for gastronomy, and the make it yourself.
Okay. Κλείστο, δεν πω καμία.
you can put it like this, don't worry, look. No, it's better. So as you see, when we put it in the glass, it's better to going from the bottom to the
the top.
upper part. Like this, thank you. Even more, like this. Okay. And then. You know what?
Maybe it's better to serve it near them.
Yeah, let's put it here. And does anyone want to try?
Because walking, we're gonna make it.
Be careful. It's breathable, so be careful. Go step by step. It's like a chupito. It's like a shot.
You can just inhale it and experience the flavor. If you have this on top of the food, this taste would be infused in the food it's around it.
Thank you.
You can take with nose and yeah, both. Smell and eat.
Look, sorry.
This is honey truffle flavor. Black truffle and honey.
If you put it from down,
And as you can see, the smell of it, it's really strong. You can actually perceive the flavor.
when we put it from the bottom, it looks beautiful because you see growing the vapor.
From the bottom to the top, yeah.
You want? Try?
And move it slowly, yeah.
You want a photo? I suggest when you have this to put it until the bottom and then you go uploading the thing because you see the density of the vapor. First is no dense, then you see it, right? This is for a kind of a short glass, but when you put it in a big glass, you see all the things and also the density, you see that it's moving like liquid.
If we had a spoon, we could be able to like take it with a spoon and bring it to your mouth.
So it's first time, and maybe we are ignorant for sure, but it's the first time we did something like this, and we don't know any product in the earth that is so stable like this. So it's food safe approved. You can eat any perfume you have in mind. You like, I don't know,
You can
any
make
perfume
any
you have
flavor,
in mind.
yes.
We can transform it into edible through the technology. So, please. Look, we do special collections, and when someone like you asks us, I have these herbs in, I don't know, in an island. So you send us, and we do everything. So we go into the lab, and we transform
We
this.
develop the flavor with
But-
whatever you require us.
With the tools we will offer in the market with the box, you will have tools to do it at home even. So if you want, we show you how.
Not so. God is speaking. Listen me.
We're
Where are you based?
Now you can see the gadre, but you know you are like a god because we're speaking so many years here. Nobody's coming close to you. Look what happened to you.
That is a
Yes,
sign.
exactly.
I'm really glad to work with Carolina. She's the most smart human I met never, and she's leading the
Even though
teams.
he doesn't let me talk a lot.
She's leading an amazing team, and we are super happy to be here with you to showcase you what we are doing in the lab. We have a secret spot, so you can eat in our farm, but we are not a restaurant. Just but secret rituals we do with people that we love their work. So we are super happy to explore, and we think that our value proposition is to nourish your imagination. And I'm really happy to see that you are all of you wanting to test that. So let's do more. Thank you. I will put it for you like this. It will be better. Ciérralo, por favor.
Es que no estabas grabando.
Ah, vale, ciérralo, no pasa
No
nada.
estabas grabando nada. Estaba en Zoom.
Claro.
Yes.
There's a special flavor that you will try in 2 hours with panos from Sayede Can Roca. So this is like something to test soon today.
Yes. Yes, of
Yes.
course. We do visit. Yes. I can
Help you?
I can share you the Instagram. Yes, I will try to put it in the presentation. Where's the? Thank you. I'll poner la info.
Ahí no he puesto el
No,
contacto.
here. In the end of the. We really didn't put the contact.
You can even put like the hands like this if you want.
Well, I'll just share it. It's like our name, Plat. Dot
Remember, this is
Institute
not
on Instagram.
This is not water, so it's like vapor. So as
Dot
it's vapor,
Institute.
we need to be careful to don't cough.
And our web is the same, platinstitute.com.
Esto se puede vapear. What means vapear? Vaping?
Vaping.
So, because we work for the industry of tobacco during the last 15 years, we're trying to develop a technology to cure or to go from combustion to another technology. But are we able to smoke a omelette? Are we able to smoke macaroni? Or are we able to breathe macaroni? Are we able? That user experience research allows us to discover,
Do you want me
discover.
to? I
You want more?
I cannot give it to you right now to test because you will test it at 2 p.m. The chef that is presenting at 2
Thank you.
is going to bring, so that's why we don't want to use this flavor.
Yeah, we will have in 2 hours panos from Sayede Can Roca
And
R&D
he will be doing a
presenting
dish with this flavor.
some dishes about the use of this technology.
So if you're interested in contacting us, our website is just like our name, platinstitute.com.
We will do that.
And you can find also in Instagram, plat.institute. And we would be happy to receive you in our farm in Girona so you can visit us if you contact us.
I just want to give you the feeling of the liquid smoke now. So what happens when we put it in the table? Because also we can do the sauce, we can do like a preview, a pre-flavor.
You can actually smell a lot the truffle and the honey.
So when we have this, you can put it in the table as this experience like was another technology before, right? And now because we have air, but when you don't have air, you have this path
It remains in the table.
of vapor on top of the dish or even on top of the table. So we can do that even to create experience. So you don't need to sit with this. Even we can create like a kind of tunnel with all this mist and you pass by
And just experience.
perceiving the food in another way. Thank you for listening us. Do you have any question?
Thank you.
Sorry?
Does anyone have a question?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
No?
You
That's
have
good.
anything that-
Everybody
How
knows.
can we
directly
book
with
a
the list or
table
with
to
some food?
your place?
We
Just
Mystically,
we
eh?
welcome everyone.
Let's go there, right?
See, even if we are not chefs, we can invite you
Here?
all to eat and try the new things we're making up there. So just write to us, and we can coordinate a visit to Girona.
If you want to see, sorry, Carolina, if you want to see the effect on this special this did for Mist, for the technology, and you can have this perception of augmented gastronomy that we were talking about.
I don't know if you can see it very well. If you want to
This can
stand
go-
up
Okay,
and
this is
look it
3D
from the
print
top.
or wood print?
This is wood
This
print,
is
no.
wood
It's
carving.
handmade wood.
Wood
Handmade,
carving.
okay.
Yeah.
We do a lot of tableware design, and to have the better experience with the technology, if you put a normal dish, it works also, but with this is much more condensed into the dream, into the poetry we wanted to infuse. And the interesting thing is to move also, the capability to
Do little
create a little tornadoes. Yeah,
Yes,
of course,
you can
of
do-
course.
It's wood carving by hand
And you see how it moves?
inside.
That's the thing. That was like impossible with another technology in the market. And so even disappears because no, it's like going, going, going. Stays 7 minutes.
That's fine.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good
Thank you
day.
very much.
Yes, let's do it. You want? Thank you.
Right? Thank you.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
for sharing your knowledge and your innovations here in Athens in the Gastronomy Lab stage.
Thank you.
I don't have any words to say.
No, thank
Everybody
you for
was
having us.
amazing, astonished.
Thank you.
This
Thank
is
you,
a
thank you,
small,
thank you.
gift
Wow.
for you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.